Good day, good day, good day. So glad to have you in here with us, our YouTube family. My name is AD Roberts, and yes, I am your success coach. And every day when we come on here live, there are two goals that we have. One is to create a sense of connectedness and community. The second thing that we have, the second goal, is that we're going to have a discussion every single day that is designed to be empowering and impactful at a meaningful level. So today is no different. We're in day two of an amazing talk really that we started off on this Friday. So glad to have you here. Truly appreciate you guys. We're actually simulcasting on both platforms today, on YouTube as well as TikTok. So good to see you in here. Welcome in, welcome in. So glad to have you. So let's go ahead and kick this day off. We have our beautiful moderator here on TikTok. We have Fine Wine in the building. I know Mimi will probably be in shortly. And Janae, we need to check on Janae. Janae was in our Monday morning meditation, so we'll see. We'll see where she is. Hopefully, she's still not there today. So listen, stick around, Jerry. You're gonna get our topic in just a second, and the same thing here on YouTube. Hopefully, Janae will be in here shortly, and she's our moderator over there. So welcome in. So what I'm gonna do is I want to go ahead and kind of catch everybody up. If you were not here with us on Friday, yes. If you weren't here on Friday, I want to bring everybody up and get this thing started off. All right. The topic that we started off on Friday and what we're going to continue with today is quieting the inner war. Quieting the inner war. How to stop fighting yourself and start leading yourself. And that internal battle. Thank you, Jerry. That internal battle that we often have is literally one where the old version of ourselves and the new version of ourselves, they are at war. They are at battle. They are fighting for relevance in your life. Your subconscious mind loves the familiar. It just does. It loves the familiar. It loves what it's accustomed to. And because it loves the familiar and it loves repetition, it tends to lean towards the old version of yourself. And so our identity, the identity that we cling to, that we see literally defines who we are. Just remember, what do I teach you about your identity? From your identity, how you see yourself creates what? What does it do? It creates standards and boundaries. It creates standards and boundaries. That's right. It creates standards and it creates boundaries. And so as we are moving into a new area of our life, we start having new standards and new boundaries. And as we have new standards and new boundaries, those standards and boundaries are usually juxtaposed to our old self. And so there's this internal battle that is constantly warring on. And that's what we're going to be talking about today and illuminating some of those things. So I'm going to catch everybody up. If you were not on with us, most people are exhausted. Most people are exhausted, not from life, but from the internal arguments they rehearse every single day. And again, if you are a newbie, thank you, lovely. If you are a newbie, there's Janae. Welcome in, superstar. If you are a newbie, whether you're here on YouTube or you're on TikTok, let us know that you're a newbie by simply putting newbie in the chat. If you are a newbie, simply put newbie in the chat. And I truly appreciate you guys being in here. Thank you, Olivia. Thank you, Sandra. Thank you so much over here, our YouTube family. We're just warming up with you guys. So glad to have you here. Lovely's a newbie. EKG is a newbie. Y'all love on them. Y'all love on them for me. Thank you so much. Y'all love on Lovely. Y'all love on EKG. And if we have any other newbies that we haven't acknowledged yet, just let us know that you're a newbie. I truly appreciate you guys so much for being up in here. Thank you, Tanisha. Thank you. Thank you, Tanisha. Y'all welcome in. Y'all listen, y'all love on Tanisha too. Thank you so much. Janae, thank you. I see you. I see you. Thank you so much. I appreciate all of you guys. If you know, you know. What's going on, superstar? So glad to have you up in here. And Costa, good to have you in here too. We got some good newbies in here today. Welcome in, y'all. Listen, I'm gonna introduce myself really, really quickly for my newbies. My name is AD Roberts, and I am your success coach. And every day when we come on this live, there are two goals that we have, okay? Two simple goals. The first goal is to create a sense of connectedness and community where we love on each other, we support each other. Whether you're here on TikTok, we support each other's lives. The other thing that we do is that we create a sense of connectedness and a safe space. This is a safe space for you to be in. The second objective that we have is every day when we come on here, we always have a topic that's designed to be empowering and impactful. And so Monday through Friday from 12 to 2, that's exactly what we're going to be doing. So welcome in, newbies. Welcome in all of our wonderful people. And listen, I think everybody's shopping or something because y'all so quiet up in here. But I appreciate y'all for being in. All right, here we go. So this space that I'm talking about, this battlefield between the old you versus the new you, as you're trying to become the better version. As you're, if you say I'm ready to become wealthy, it's AD Roberts, Olivia. If you want to become wealthy, that's what you're doing. You want to become wealthy, so you start seeing yourself as wealthy. You create new standards and boundaries for that new identity. The next thing is if you're trying to get in better shape, you're trying to exercise more. The new version of you is starting to create new standards and boundaries according to the new goals and objectives. But the old you, I always like to say the old you is the greatest hater that you'll ever have. That's right. The old you is the greatest hater that you will ever have. And because the old version of you is whispering all kinds of doubts, fears, trepidations, worries, all of that stuff. And that's exactly what it's doing. So this battle that you have is one of the things that causes you to be up at night. So this space literally becomes a soft place to land, a place where your mind learns that peace is not passive, but it's powerful. And so we're going to try to create that space today. So let's talk about this inner war as we kind of recap. Hey, Leslie, what's going on? Good to see you. Good to see you. And so what we're going to do, is that Trinity coming up in this thing? Welcome in, Trinity. Good to see you. Good to see you, everybody. We got our YouTube family on today, too. We glad to have them with us. Oh, look at all my folks coming on in here. There you go. There you go. Welcome in. Welcome in. All right, there we go. Listen, I thought y'all weren't coming today. I thought y'all were out Christmas shopping or something. That's right. That's right. All right, here we go. So the inner war becomes loud. This inner war, this inner battle becomes loud when the subconscious mind carries old programming that contradicts the identity you're trying to grow into. So thus that battle. So the internal conflict often shows up as self-sabotage. Now here it is. Here's how you know that you're wrestling with that whole new version of you. And make sure, and all of our newbies, and again, if you are a newbie, just let us know that you're a newbie by putting newbie in the chat if we've not already acknowledged you so that we can love on you. We appreciate you for being up in here. The internal conflict often shows up. Here's the here it is. Here's the sign that you have this battle going on inside of you between the old you and the new you. Welcome in, Melinda. Y'all love on Melinda for me. Y'all welcome in. Listen, and y'all love on Kelly. Welcome in, Kelly. And thank you. Thank you so much, Delexis. Thank you so much for those roses. I truly appreciate it. Thank you, thank you, thank you. So here's a sign that if you have this internal battle going on, here's a sign. Here are a few of the signs. You ready? The internal conflict often shows up as self-sabotage. It shows up as self-sabotage, hesitation, procrastination, or emotional chaos that feels disproportionate to the moment. And so what as a clinically certified hypnotherapist, I am always running into individuals that are working on becoming better. But over the years, before I even started to incorporate hypnotherapy as a protocol into what I do every day as a success coach, I would create these wonderful programs for people, and people are doing well, and we're moving along and having great time. And then all of a sudden, the them would show up. the them. And that's what I call it, the them. The them is the old version of themselves. Hey, Eric, welcome in. Y'all love on Eric for me. Truly, truly appreciate you being in here, Eric. And so the them would show up. How would the them show up? How would the old version of them, because we're moving along with the new version, how would the old version show up? The old version would show up in self-sabotage. Have you ever found yourself self-sabotaging? Thank you so much, Olivia, for subscribing. I appreciate you. Have you ever found yourself sabotaging yourself, sabotaging your opportunities, sabotaging the them? Have you ever found yourself hesitating? You're about to pull the trigger, you have a great opportunity in front of you, and all of a sudden you pause. All of a sudden you find yourself in a wonderful opportunity for a new relationship. Whether it's a romantic relationship or a business relationship, you find yourself in that space where you're really, really about to make a major breakthrough. But all of a sudden, you hesitate. You have a new opportunity, a financial opportunity, and you find yourself procrastinating. You know what you should be doing. You know the phone calls. Thank you, Delexis. You know that you're about to make some major headway, but the email that you were supposed to send out, you didn't send out. The telephone call that you were supposed to make, you didn't make. The meeting that you were supposed to schedule, you wind up procrastinating. Anybody know what I'm talking about here? If you've ever been in this space, put yes in the chat. If you've ever found yourself, thank you, Olivia, same to you. If you've ever found yourself, thank you, Kelly, thank you, Karen, thank you, Lovely, thank you, if you know, thank you, Danielle, thank you, Karsta, thank you, Delexis, thank you, Eric, thank you, Janae. So if you found yourself in this, you're in the right place today. You're in the right place today because we're going to push beyond these limitations. And these are the type of discussions that we have during this live. So welcome in. So the subconscious mind fights change. The subconscious mind fights change. Thank you, Fine Wine. It does. Why does your subconscious mind fight change? Because it loves the familiar. The subconscious loves the familiar. Come on, let's go ahead. Let's tap away. We're almost for the 10K, and we're doing really, really well. So that the algorithm will recognize that we're really doing some things up in here that will push us out to the FYP. And so the subconscious mind fights change, not because you're weak, but because it believes familiarity equals safety. I'm going to say that again. If you're taking any notes right now, here's some time. Here's a moment to take the notes, okay? Take the notes. The subconscious mind fights change. The subconscious mind fights change because it loves the familiar. Anything outside of the familiar, anything that is new, anything that is not proven, anything that you've not experienced before, anything that's fresh, it doesn't like it. It sees it as dangerous. It sees it as the unknown. And so doubt and worry and all of those things begin to show up, because that's a part of the program. And so again, the subconscious mind fights this change. So when you say, I'm going to get in shape, I'm going to do better, I'm going to start to save money, I'm going to do all of these things and become the better version of myself, I'm going to do that. But what begins to happen? The subconscious mind fights that change, not because you're weak, but because it believes familiarity equals safety. And see, here's the thing about the familiarity, and this is the rough part. When you find yourself in a season where you are acquiescing to the familiar, what is the familiar? What we like to call in here the uncomfortable comfort zone. The uncomfortable comfort zone. Even when you're in bad situations, you're in a terrible job, a dead-end job, and you hate the job. You're in a terrible relationship. It's not serving you anymore. It's not giving you what it is that you need. You still stay. Why do you stay? And we've heard that statement over and over again. It's better to deal with the what? It's better to deal with the devil that you know. That is the dumbest thing that they could have ever told us to do. Because anybody ever heard that? Anybody ever heard that statement? It's better to deal. Hey, Delisa, good to see you on. Be cutting up, just saying and doing anything right. Deal with the devil that you know. Thank you, Delisa, for grabbing that daily heart me. And if you've not grabbed that daily heart me, go ahead and grab that daily heart me. Go ahead and do that so they can get those 46 engagement points. And so here it is. Right, fine wine. You got it. You just said it the other day, Janae. So here is the key. Here's the key. Your subconscious mind is going to do that. It is going to bend towards the familiar. It's better to deal with the devil that you know. That is the subconscious mind creating an excuse for dealing with the same old standards and the same old boundaries. When in actuality, you had started eliciting brand new ones, a brand new set of standards, a brand new set of boundaries, because you're going into a brand new season. And so, again, this inner war becomes a loop when the conscious mind says, I'm ready, while the subconscious mind whispers, I don't believe you. So as you're moving into those new areas of your life, your subconscious mind is like, I hear you. I hear you say you're gonna become wealthy. You're gonna start doing the things that you said that you were going to do, that you're gonna commit to this diet, you're gonna commit to this process. And your subconscious mind is like, nah, I don't know. Because within this, and let me lay this foundationally. Come here, my newbies. Come here for a second. Let me lay this foundationally. And this is very, very key for our conversation today. We live in an energetic universe. That's right. We live in an energetic universe, and this universe has a language. You may say, well, what is this language, AD, that you're talking about? And where does it come from? Well, the language of the universe, or an energetic universe, is frequency. It is vibrational. It is frequency. And so that frequency, you say, well, where does it come from? In part, it comes from us. It comes from you. It comes from me. In part, it comes from you. It comes from me. So vibrationally, what happens, the thoughts we have, the words we speak, the actions we take, and the emotions that we experience, they literally create a resonance within us. Right? It creates a resonance, a vibrational frequency. That frequency is then emitted out into the quantum field. And then the quantum field receives that. It receives it and it reflects it back to us as reality. So what are we saying? Where your focus goes, energy flows. Where energy flows, manifestation soon follows. That's supported by the universal law of correspondence. Universal law of correspondence simply says that as within, so without. As within, so without, as above, so below. As it is in the east, so shall it be in the west. And that if that is the reality, then again, what you're experiencing outside of yourself, what you're experiencing as reality is merely a reflection of what's going on inside. And so many people are wrestling, trying to create something new, but they're using their hands to create the new. You cannot affect change in the third dimensional experience except by following this rule. Where your focus goes, energy flows. Where energy flows, manifestation soon follows. The universe does not give to us what we ask for. You got it? The universe does not give. Thank you, Empress. The universe does not give to us what we ask for. Thank you if you know, you know. Thank you for the goals. You know I am the greatest of all time. The universe does not give to us based upon what we ask for. It gives to us based upon how we see ourselves. That's right. It gives to us based upon how we see ourselves. That's right. Say it, Kelly. Period. That's what it does. And so our conversation today is so important because we're talking about the inner war. And so if there's an inner war, if outside is a reflection of what's going on inside, and we have an internal battle going on between the old version of us and the new version of us, what's happening? We're literally creating an interference pattern as we're projecting that frequency out into the quantum field. You're confused. One moment you say you want to be wealthy, the next moment you have a problem saving. One moment you say you're a multi-millionaire, you're using your affirmations and you're saying it, and then the next freaking moment, you're sitting there worrying about light bills. Oh yeah. Oh, stick around, Karsten. You're in the right place. Oh, you're in the right place. We're gonna help you with that. You're gonna be. Oh, you're in the right place. You're in the right place. This is the internal. So yes, the matrix. So Kelly, yes, the matrix does have a bearing on this without question. However, we're talking about the internal dialogue. And so that internal dialogue where we begin, thank you so much. If you know, you know, thank you, Delexis. And so that internal dialogue or that internal battle is the battle between the two aspects of yourself, the old version of you and the new version of you. All right, let's go. Let's go. The inner critic is often a younger version of you trying to prevent embarrassment, rejection, or failure. And so what happens is you're hearing your childhood caregiver. You're hearing your parents' voice. You're hearing your old teacher's voice. You hear those old narratives in your head, those old stories that continue to show up and pop up all of the time. They show up all of the time. The ego often amplifies fear because it assumes leadership the moment your higher self is silent. Watch this. Your subconscious mind, when it becomes quiet, when your higher self is quiet, and see, that's the difference between the ego and your higher self. The ego, which dwells in your conscious mind, and then your subconscious mind being the gateway to your higher self. When you're going back and forth between those two, you realize that the eternal part of you, the part of you that is akin to your higher self, it's very, very quiet. It speaks very, very softly. But if you notice your ego, it becomes loud. It's loud. I mean, it's loud, it's boisterous, it's speaking, it never shuts up. Thank you for grabbing that daily heart, Michelle. Thank you, I appreciate you. And so again, the ego often amplifies the fear. Why? Because the ego and fear walk hand in hand. Your conscious mind and your ego walk hand in hand because it understands that there's a part of you that is very, very temporal. But the part of you that's forever, it is just that. And so the part of you that's forever, it doesn't have to wrestle with all of that stuff, all of that boisterous and that loud and all of that kind of stuff. But the subconscious you, the subconscious you, it is a reflection of that higher self, that higher internal dialogue. There you go. Emily said, recently I had a huge spiritual awakening and I can now activate the silent mind. Oh, that's a beautiful thing. Because see, here's the thing. We all have the silent space within us. The problem is getting there. Because that internal dialogue can be so loud. It can be so loud. Thank you, D. Thank you, the sorcerer, the Scorpio. Appreciate you. Thank you for grabbing that daily heart me. And again, as you guys come in here, make sure you grab those daily heart me's. And then if you're a newbie, let us know that you're a newbie by simply putting newbie in the chat. If you do that, that'll let us know that you're a newbie and that'll allow us to love on you. We appreciate you. Thank you so much. Thank you for those finger hearts, the Scorpio. Appreciate you. Now. All right. So let's keep going because we're just recapping. We're just recapping from where we were on Friday. And so in this space, here comes the clear sign. Emotional resistance becomes a language. Emotional resistance becomes a language, not a flaw, showing you exactly where healing wants to occur. So that which we resist about ourselves persists within us. Come on. That which we resist about us persists within us. That which we resist about us persists within us. So emotional resistance becomes a language, not a flaw, showing you exactly where healing wants to occur. So when you hear that thing loud and clear, that thing about yourself that you're resisting, that is where your internal dialogue is screaming that this is where the focus needs to be. This is where the healing needs to take place. So if you feel anxiety when you're starting to talk about health and wellness and all of that beautiful stuff, and that simply means that's where your attention needs to be. That's where the focus needs to be. From a quantum perspective, your thoughts and your emotions, because we just laid this foundationally. Well, welcome in, OJ. Glad to have you in here. Absolutely glad to have you in here with us, man. Truly appreciate you. Your thoughts and emotions generate measurable electromagnetic fields. Your thoughts, what do we say? Where your focus goes, energy flows. Where your focus goes, energy flows. Where your focus goes, energy flows. Where your energy flows, manifestation soon follows. The thoughts you have, the words you speak, the actions you take, and the emotions that you experience, they create a resonance. They create a protocol, what I like to call the protocols of alignment. That resonance or that frequency is then projected out into the quantum field. The quantum field then receives it and it reflects it back to you as what? Reality, right? And so now that inner conflict creates an incoherent field because, all right, now we're talking about the quantum field and we're talking about your electromagnetic field. You have, if you don't know, I'm going to tell you right now, you and I have an electromagnetic field. And that electromagnetic field is some people call it your aura. Some people, your personal space. You know how when somebody steps into your personal space, you kind of feel it, like, whoa, wait a minute, hold on. You see, your soul, you don't have a soul. Your soul has a body. Your body does not have a soul. Your soul actually has a body. And so this electromagnetic field, it's generated in part by your heart. And so this electromagnetic field, it is projected out. It's projected out. And so inside of this electromagnetic field is all kinds of stuff. This is where the resonance and the frequency begin to come in, or they interact with one another. So you interact with the quantum field then in turn reacts with you. And so inside of that, when we're having this internal conflict, here's the problem. Because here, just remember this. Your thoughts and emotions generate a measurable electromagnetic field that influences your reality long before you take any action. Inner conflict creates an incoherent field. So this quantum field, this energetic field around us, here it is. This energetic field around us, this energetic field around us that's emitted from your electromagnetic field generator, your heart. That's why, and see, I can go down. One day, I'm going to spend a whole lot of time talking about the power of this electromagnetic field that we have, because it's so important. It's important to your immune system. It's important to your health. It's important to your manifestation. It's important to your nervous system. All of these things are tied together. All of these things are tied together. They're tied together. They're tied together. So here it is. The inner conflict creates an incoherent field. So when there's coherence, there's peace. When there's incoherence, there's chaos. I'm going to say that again. When there's coherence between the mind and the heart. That coherence creates a beautiful state of being. In that beautiful, peaceful state of being, it's easy to manifest. Because in that state of being, your nervous system feels safe. Anytime your nervous system feels safe, you can trust. When your nervous system feels safe, when you're safe, you can trust. When you can trust, you can allow. When you can allow, you are open. When you are open, you can receive. That's when it is easy for you to attract and draw into your space that which is a vibrational match. Unfortunately, because of the internal battle that you're having between the old version of you and the new version of you, you're literally creating an interference pattern as you're projecting that resonance out into the quantum field. You're creating an interference pattern. So watch this. The internal conflict creates an incoherent field, fragmented signals that confuse your manifestation pathways. It does. And so what we don't want to do is continue to create those. When the heart and the mind hold opposing frequencies, energy collapses into chaos instead of coherence. Now watch this. Peace. One of the most beautiful African proverbs that I remember. Hey, Monique, good to see you up in here. One of the most beautiful African proverbs says, there is no prosperity without what? There's no prosperity without peace. There's no prosperity without peace. And so when you look at the ability for you to manifest and to attract abundance into your life, You want to create a high level of peace. You want to create a high level of peace because what does peace do? Watch this. We're talking about the electromagnetic field now. Peace amplifies manifestation because a coherent field allows the universe to match your signal cleanly and quickly. It doesn't have the interference. It doesn't. Does that make sense? If that makes sense, y'all put yes in the chat. If that makes sense, because I want to make sure, because these are foundational realities. Come on, does this make sense? Thank you, Marie. Thank you, Fine Wine. Thank you, Costa. Thank you, Kelly. Thank you, Janae. Thank you, Tanisha. Excellent, excellent, excellent. Now we're moving in the right direction. Thank you. Thank you. Universal laws behind this inner war. The universal law of vibration reminds you that inner peace is not a mood, it is a frequency. This is absolutely vital. Hey, Scarlett, good to see you on in here. Come on in here, sis. Come on in here. The universal law of vibration reminds you that inner peace is not a mood. Peace is not a mood. Peace is not a mood. Don't limit it to something as small as a mood. It is a frequency. It's a frequency, and that frequency is projected out into the quantum field. So it is inner peace is not a mood, is a frequency you consciously generate and sustain. The law of assumption. The law of assumption is powerful. The law of assumption reflects our dominant internal narrative back to us through experience. So what does that say? How we see ourselves. That supports the universal law of assumption. It supports the manifestation of what we've been saying. The universe does not give to us based upon what we ask for. It doesn't. We can ask, we can beg, we can plead, we can lay down on the ground and pray till our head caves in. But that's not the formula. I mean, if you go into the spiritual tradition of Christianity, Mark 11:24 simply says, and we say it all of the time, whatever it is that you desire in your heart, believe that you have already received it and it shall be yours. It didn't say just pray till your face fall in. It didn't say just whine and wallow in it and just say, I gotta have it. Please give it to me, give it to me, give it to me. No, abundance doesn't come that way. It is going to always be based upon how you see yourself. How you see yourself. So the question is, how do you see yourself in this moment? And so when that internal dialogue comes around, it becomes cloudy. It becomes unclear. And so this universal law of assumption reflects your dominant internal narrative. So what's the internal narrative? That's the dominant one that you have. What do you talk about the most? Do you call yourself stupid when you make mistakes? Are you tough on yourself for no reason? Are you overly critical of your thoughts, your choices? What is that internal dialogue based upon how you see yourself? And so that's what's so important about today, that as we move into this space, it is absolutely paramount. It is absolutely freaking paramount that we begin to see ourselves from a new perspective, and we make sure that that internal dialogue is in alignment with the new version of ourselves, not listening to the old us. All right, here we go. Let's go. The universal law of correspondence teaches us that the outer world mirrors unresolved conflict within our inner world. What did we just say? Our inside, literally, our inside, the external world, what we experience as reality is merely a reflection of how we see ourselves. It is a reflection of what is going on the inside. It's a reflection of our internal dialogue. All right? Excellent. So look, we're cranking away. We're just doing our recap. We're doing our recap. So why fighting yourself just doesn't work in this internal battle between the old you and the new you? Why does it not work? It doesn't work. Fighting your thoughts only feeds them. What do I teach you about focus? Where your focus goes, energy flows. And where energy flows, manifestation soon follows. So if you're focusing on that, because what I teach you, what you resist about you persists within you. I'm going to say it again. What you resist about you persists within you. So fighting your thoughts only feeds them. So if you're having a negative thought, just don't fight it. Don't fight it. Don't push it away. Just say, I'm having a little doubt in this moment. Okay, I wonder why I'm having that. Ask the questions. Questions begin to nullify that negative voice. You turn that thing into curiosity, and I'm gonna teach you that in a second. So fighting your thought only feeds them, giving them the energy they need to return even stronger. Hey, Miss Shamika, good to see you on here. Welcome in. And listen, as you guys come in, if you are a newbie, don't be shy. If you are a newbie and we have not acknowledged you already, please let us know that you're a newbie in the chat. Please let us know. I appreciate you guys. Thank you so very much. Please let us know you're a newbie in the chat by putting newbie there so that we can love on you. Adrian, oh, excellent. Glad to have you in here. We got some wonderful newbies in here. Thank you, couple. Thank you so much. Thank you, beautiful human. I love it. Thank you so much. Thank you, Miss Shamika. Thank you, Carla. So glad to have you in here. Excellent, excellent. Thank you, loves. Thank you, everybody. Look at this. Look at this. We got some amazing. Listen, y'all love on our newbies. Thank you, Poor. Thank you, too. Is it two in it? I think I am. You're learning English. Okay. Well, come on and hang on in here. Thank you, user 35. Thank you, thank you, thank you. You watching from the FYP? No, that's a good thing. Listen, welcome in, everybody. And as y'all come in, make sure you grab those daily heart me's and connect. Don't be shy, and let us love on you. Because let me tell you something. These are some amazing people in this room. There really are some amazing people. Thank you. All watching from California. That's amazing. Good, 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 good. Glad to have y'all up in here. Thank you for grabbing that daily heart me. Thank you so much. Welcome in, everybody. And so we're going to keep going with this. So fighting your thoughts only feeds them, giving them the energy they need to return stronger. Resistance deepens whatever your approach is. Anytime, whatever you resist about yourself, it's going to persist within you. Self-judgment creates more fragmentation. So being negative, talking to yourself. Oh, thank you. Oh, from Vietnam. That's cool. Welcome in. That fragmentation, that self-judgment creates more fragmentation while self-leadership creates unity. And that's what we want, because we want coherence. We want coherence. We want coherence, right? Because in coherence, there's peace. With incoherence, what is it? With incoherence. Is that Janet O up in here? Come on in here, Janet O. Good to see you, superstar. Thank you for the rose. I appreciate you. Thank you, thank you. Listen, because y'all know when I get those roses, I teach a whole lot better. I really do. So leading yourself requires understanding of your triggers instead of reacting to them. And so current curiosity interrupts the war. And this is a powerful, powerful tool. Okay, you at the dentist. I got you. Thank you. So listen, there you go. Oh, thank you, Miss. Thank you, Scarlett. Thank you, Miss Shamika. I truly appreciate you. Thank you for the love. All right, here we go. This is a powerful tool. Curiosity interrupts. This is what we call in psychology, or especially in hypnosis, in the protocol of hypnosis, and what I use, we call it a pattern interrupt. Thank you, Ange. It is a simple pattern interrupt. So when your mind is moving in a direction, when your mind is moving in negativity, anybody find themselves overwhelmed by their thoughts sometimes? If that's you, put me in the chat. If you find yourself overwhelmed by your thoughts. Oh no, you good, Nikki. Glad to have you up in here. You're good. Welcome in. Just go back there to find wine and give her your late slip. Thank you, Miss Shamika. Thank you, Rosie. If that's you, good, good. If you find yourself having that negative dialogue, that overwhelming feeling, that constant, like you can't sleep at night because of the internal dialogue, you're playing the mental movies over and over again, sacrificing the power of the present moment, just thinking. I'm gonna be, Rosie, I'll be here till 2. I'll be here till 2. So glad to have you with us. Oh, absolutely. I'm familiar with EMDR. It's very akin to hypnosis. Anything that gets you into the altered states of consciousness where you begin to hit on those meridians and you change their vibrational frequency. And so those different modalities, they all work in the same vein. So here it is. Curiosity is a pattern interrupt. Curiosity. Curiosity interrupts the war because curiosity shifts the brain out of survival mode into receptivity. So the moment let's just say you're having some doubts, you having some trepidation, some fear, and you're kind of stressing out, you feel that anxiety beginning to well up in you. Well, instead of wallowing in that thing, instead of beating yourself up and resisting it, because what did I say about resistance? Whatever you resist about you persists within you. Thank you, Olivia. Whatever you resist about you persists within you. So when you become curious about it, just simply say to yourself, I wonder why I'm feeling this way. Slow down, take a breath, pause, and simply ask yourself, why am I feeling this? I wonder why I am nervous about this situation the way I am. And then begin to go down the rabbit hole and become more and more curious about the feeling. Become more and more curious about the thought. Because what it is doing, it is a pattern interrupt. Because the pattern that you're creating is creating interference. The pattern of negativity, the pattern of doubt, it's a frequency too. So doubt, worry is a vibrational frequency, just like peace is a frequency. And in an energetic universe, where the language of this universe is frequency, the universe is going to respond based upon that frequency that you're emitting. So if you're emitting one of chaos, then you're going to continue to experience that as a reality, because the universal law of correspondence says, as within, so without. That the outside is merely a reflection of what's going on the inside. So curiosity, using curiosity as a tool, it literally interrupts that pattern. And it turns yourself from that survival mode to one that is curious. It allows you to be open and more receptive to that state of being. When you do that, you change vibrationally, just like that. Does that make sense, y'all? If that makes sense, let me know. That makes sense. And because we're at the top of the hour, this is a great time. Listen, this is a excellent time because we are in the last part. Thank you, Sabali. Thank you, Sabali. No, what I said was that curiosity interrupts the war because curiosity shifts the brain out of survival mode into receptivity. It shifts the brain out of survival mode into receptivity. It shifts. Curiosity shifts the mind from survival mode to receptivity. All right? And so this is a great time because of this internal dialogue. If you're one that wrestles with that internal dialogue, many of us have. And as a clinically certified hypnotherapist, I'm always, listen, you're in the right place, Carla. Keep going. Just stay around. We're going to get to it. And so here, as a clinically certified hypnotherapist, one of the things that we're doing, I want to invite you, go ahead and pull your calendars out. Pull your calendars out because, and you may not even have to pull it out because it's tomorrow. We've been talking about it all week. We've been talking about it all month. I am hosting tomorrow evening at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I'm hosting our last virtual hypnosis experience for the year. I'm hosting the last virtual hypnosis experience for the year. Many of you have already registered. You already have your seats already lined up. So excited to have you guys there. You need to do the registration. Now, this month's theme is really, really powerful. This month's theme is healing the inner child. Healing the inner child. And as you heal the inner child, it will prepare you as we go into the new calendar year to just propel your entire reality to a whole new level. To quantum leap into the version of yourself that is healed. Because it is very, very hard in order to manifest and you're still holding on to the same old dialogue, the same old framework. So again, we are hosting tomorrow. Tomorrow We're hosting, hey Latina, good to see you in. We're hosting the virtual hypnosis experience. And again, thank you so much. Y'all follow follow Fine Wine's instruction. So again, it's tomorrow, the 23rd at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And you need to do the registration. The registration for the event is $95. Had you caught us earlier in the month, it would have been a different price point. But it's tomorrow, so it's going to be $95 to do the experience. So I hope to have you guys there with us. It's going to be really, really powerful. Again, the theme is healing the inner child. And see, you need to, and what this is about is you becoming the version of yourself that inner child needed. That's the version of you that needed that needed protection, that needed healing, that needed guidance, that needed love, that needed acceptance, that needed protection. And so you're going to become the better version of yourself. So as you prepare to propel your success into 2026, this is the time. So you definitely want to be there. I'm excited to have you here with us tomorrow. It's going to be absolutely amazing. Again, you know where to go. You know where to go to find the registration for the for tomorrow's event. I don't have to tell you. It's the same place that everybody tells everybody to go. All right? Everybody go up in there. That's it. That's it. So go there, do the registration, and I look forward to seeing you guys tomorrow. Let me go ahead and pin this in here. If any part, now this is really, really important, that if any part of what we have been talking about has resonated with you at any meaningful level, I am going to pin this right here. I authored this book. I authored Cracking the Abundance Code this year, and I released it in the spring. And it has really been impacting a whole lot of lives. So if you've been a part of this conversation today, and any part of it has been, like really, really relevant to you, so go ahead. I'm going to implore you to go ahead and grab your copy of Cracking the Abundance Code. It is written to take your life to the next level. It really is. Because, and then let me make sure, like right down here, does everybody see this white banner right here for the TikTok shop where it says virtual hypnosis, not virtual, where it says Cracking the Abundance Code? Do y'all see that? Do y'all see it? If you see it, just say yes. If you see it, say yes. If you see it, because sometimes it doesn't show up, and sometimes you have to click on this little orange pocketbook looking thing. Oh, you can see it. Thank you, Melinda. Thank you, Trinity. Okay, thank you. If you know, you know. Perfect. And so I wrote this book and released it in April of this year, and it's a really, really powerful book. And the reason why it's so powerful is that the version of you that has everything, the health, the wealth, the prosperity, the abundance, all of that stuff, that's your natural state. That version of you is there in the quantum field. You are everything that you're looking for. The abundance, the happiness, the healing, the joy, the great relationships, all of that stuff is waiting for you. It really is. It's looking for you too. And see, check this out. The abundance that you've been calling out of the quantum field, if it hasn't shown up, it's a reason why. The reason is probably vibrational. You're doing a lot of the work. You're doing your manifestation stuff. You're doing your scripting. You're doing your journaling. You're doing all of those things. And as you do all of those things, you literally are calling it out of the quantum field. But here's the problem. Many of us are holding on to limiting beliefs, and those limiting beliefs put you in a space where you are a vibrational mismatch. Again, you are a vibrational mismatch because of some limiting beliefs that you're holding on to. Procrastination, we talked about that. If you're dealing with procrastination, if you're struggling with hesitation, if you're struggling with self-sabotage, these are the things that are clear signs that you're holding on to some old stories, some old limiting beliefs that are holding you in a vibrational disharmony. Thank you, if you know, for the lightning bolts. And if you haven't grabbed your copy of Cracking the Abundance Code, go ahead and grab your copy right now. Inside of it, look, the very first chapter is on what? Limiting beliefs. It's on limiting beliefs because you need to be able to recognize what those limiting beliefs are so that you can move beyond them and step into your wealthy identity. Here's the next one. If you look at the next chapter, let's go ahead and celebrate Scorpio. Let's celebrate Scorpio guy. He grabbed his copy of Cracking the Abundance Code. We're gonna ship that out to you today. Let's go ahead and celebrate him, everybody. Good to see that. Glad, 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 glad. And Shamika, I see Miss Shamika, you've added it to your cart. Listen, this is great. Now, when you get to chapter two, chapter two is the quantum leaping into your wealthy identity. And I'm just going to read a quick little excerpt out of this, and then we'll continue with our talk. Quantum leaping is not about gradual change or incremental progress. It is about making a dramatic, energetic shift that allows you to bypass the traditional steps and obstacles that might otherwise stand in your way. By embodying the thoughts, energy, and actions of your wealthy identity, you begin to think, feel, and behave as if your goals have already been accomplished. This alignment creates a powerful magnetic force drawing opportunities, people, and circumstances needed to actualize your vision into your life much more quickly. That is the version. That is the version of you that is waiting. So listen, if you haven't gotten your copy of Cracking the Abundance Code, go ahead and grab that copy. And then here's the other thing. Right up here in the very front, I have a 21-day roadmap. It's literally like having the coach with you every single day, step by step, moment by moment. These are the things that you need to be doing. These are the things that you need to be creating in your space so that you can manifest the life that you have seen for you. Abundance is your natural state. Why? Because you came from abundance. It's just that simple. Your natural state is abundance. That's why you feel good when you have extra money in your pocket. When you have a lot of money in your bank account, it feels good. It causes safety. You feel good in this third dimensional experience. But if you're looking to change what is going on the outside, you have to change what's going on the inside first. And this is your step in order to do it. When you grab your copy, I'm going to sign it. I'm going to personalize it. I'm going to put your name inside of here. I am going to put a little gift inside, and we're going to ship it out to you today. So I'm excited for those who have already grabbed their copy of Cracking Abundance. If anybody else needs to grab it, go ahead and grab it. We're getting ready to kick back off with our talk. Where are my meditation people at? Where are my meditation people at? If you are one that meditates, let me know. Put it in the chat. If you are one that meditates, put me in the chat. Are you a meditator? Listen, meditation saved my life. I'm gonna tell you right now. In some of my darkest days, my darkest hours, I literally began to see a totally different version of me. Okay, Sabali. All right, Karsta. All right, good. If you know, you know. What I did as a meditator, as a fellow person who does meditation, we just had our Monday morning meditation in the Oasis. And so here it is. Listen, I promise you, I wouldn't be who I am without meditation too, Sabali. One of the things that I did, we created these amazing, this triple bliss meditation set. And if y'all can see them down there, let me know. Yeah, listen, Nikki, step by step, moment by moment, you're getting there. If you haven't grabbed your triple bliss meditation candle set, you need to go ahead and grab it. I'm going to talk about each one of them real quick, and we'll be back on our topic. This triple bliss set, these candles are absolutely amazing. I'm going to tell you right now, you need to have them a part of your meditation and manifestation time, because that's what they are. These candles are for meditation and for manifestation. The abundance candle, they're made with 100% natural soy, and it has a cotton wick. So it's really, really good for you. There are no paraffins and all of that other stuff in there, no crazy chemicals. And so again, it's 100% natural soy. It has a cotton wick. And they're infused with essential oils. The essential oils in the abundance candle is aligned with wealth, abundance, and prosperity. These candles have bergamot and lemongrass in them. Again, so it's bergamot and lemongrass. And so with the bergamot and the lemongrass, it literally is attuned to wealth, abundance, and prosperity. The other thing that it has in it is lodestone oil. If you know what lodestone is, a lodestone is a magnet. And so what we've done is infused it made this an electromagnetic field in and of itself, because it is not only vibrating at a high frequency that's attuned to wealth, abundance, and prosperity, it's also a magnet because it has it in there. And it absolutely smells amazing. Bergamot and lemongrass, they really, really smell good. So this is the first one in the Triple Bliss set. This is the one that I like all of the time. I lit it today during our meditation time. So you definitely want to get your abundance candle. That is a part of the Triple Bliss set. The next candle in the trilogy, if you will, is the Heal candle. The Heal candle, it smells absolutely amazing. Isn't that beautiful? The Heal candle is essential rose oil. All of them are natural soy, the cotton wick, and this one is infused with the essential oil of rose. And if you know anything about aromatherapy, rose is like, you can't, this, it's hard to be depressed and feel down smelling rose. And this is like, it's really, really powerful. It's really powerful. It smells wonderful, and it's great for healing. Absolutely great for healing because of the vibrational frequency of the essential rose oil. So you want to grab that one. And bringing up the rear, last but not least, is the Happy Candle. The Happy Candle is absolutely powerful because it's one of my favorite scents. It's lemon verbena. And if you've been to these high-end spas and all of these things, this is what you smell in the spa. You get all of the soaps, the conditioners, all of that stuff. And so this, it literally makes me happy every time I smell it. And so the lemon verbena is absolutely amazing. Make sure that you grab your Triple Bliss set, and we're getting ready to kick back off with our topic. So grab it, grab it, grab it. We'll ship that bad boy out to you today. So glad that y'all have been hanging out here with me. So we ready. If y'all are ready for part 7, put 7 in the chat. If you're ready for part 7, put 7 in the chat while I unpin these bad boys. If you are ready, put 7 in the chat. Put 7 in the chat. And we're going to celebrate Antoine. If Antoine is still in here, we see your order. We see you ordered your Triple Bliss meditation set. Yes. We're going to celebrate Antoine for that. We're going to celebrate him. Thank you so much, bro. I see you. But thank you for the 7s. Thank you, everybody. Here we go. The subconscious mind's role in emotional peace. Thank you, Star. I truly appreciated that. Thank you. All right, here we go. The subconscious learns through emotional imprinting. The subconscious mind learns through emotional imprinting. So peaceful repetition becomes medicine for the nervous system. I'm going to say that again, and I'm going to explain. I'm going to go into some great detail about that, especially for our newbies. The subconscious mind learns through emotional imprinting, literally emotional imprinting. Hey, Fabulous, good to see you on, Superstar. Welcome in. So again, the subconscious mind learns through emotional imprinting. So peaceful repetition becomes medicine for the nervous system. Why? How is this going to become medicine for the nervous system? How's it going to become medicine for the nervous system? It's really simple. Epigenetics. Epigenetics simply says that when you change the environment, you change the gene. When you change the environment, you change the gene, or you change the way. Thank you, Inspirational. Thank you. I truly appreciate that. When you change the environment, you change the gene. Or you change the way the gene expresses itself. Okay? So here we go. When your nervous system is coherent, when your nervous system is in a state of peace, that allows your nervous system to respond by releasing some beautiful neurochemicals into the bloodstream. Thank you, Dee. So when you're in a state of stress, come on, here we go. When you're in a high state of stress, worry, doubt, and all of that negative stuff, those are low vibrational frequencies, right? And so when you're in those lower vibrational frequencies, when you're there, you literally put yourself in a space where your body is creating uncomfortable cortisol. It's creating cortisol. It is creating adrenaline, and that cortisol and that adrenaline, it does not feel good. And because it doesn't feel good, what does it do? Cortisol ravages the body. Cortisol ravages the body, and we already know that it's akin to inflammation, cardiovascular disease, all kinds of things. But what happens when you get into those alternate states of consciousness where you begin to experience peace? The moment you begin to experience peace, cortisol levels drop. Watch this now. The more you experience, the more you experience peace, cortisol levels begin to drop. And as the cortisol levels begin to drop, what increases? What increases? Serotonin, dopamine, oxytocin, the feel good hormones begin to increase. And so what's happening with the physical body? The moment you begin to feel better and you do better, your physical body is now creating a new environment. And as you create the new environment, you're affecting the way the gene expresses itself. So in a stressful body, a stressful environment, that stressful environment is creating neurochemicals that are in alignment with cardiovascular disease, stress. We already know that stress is a powerful, powerful, powerful contributing factor to all kinds of maladies like cancers and those things. But when you get into the altered states of consciousness where peace begins to vibrate frequency wise, you literally change the environment. Does that make sense, everybody? Do you see how when you change the way you think, everything in your environment can change as well, even your physical body? Does that make sense? If it makes sense, put yes in the chat. If that makes sense to you, put yes in the chat. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, Mojo. Thank you, Sabali. Thank you, Tanisha. Thank you, Nikki. Thank you. Thank you, Ms. Shamika. Thank you. Excellent. 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 We're moving in the right direction. So again, the subconscious learns through emotional imprinting. So peaceful repetition becomes medicine for the nervous system. And so when the subconscious receives new instructions consistently, it begins dissolving the old patterns of behavior, the old patterns that once controlled every reaction. So all of the triggers that you used to have, they're no longer. If they're triggers, all those triggers lose their power. All that old programming, all of that stuff, it loses its fervor. And so again, when the subconscious mind receives new instructions consistently, it begins dissolving the outdated patterns. And so that is the old version of you versus the new version of you. The old version of you, simply put, the old version of you begins to lose its power. As I always say, the old version of you is the greatest hater that you'll ever experience. The old version of you is the greatest hater that you'll ever experience. Why? Because it's trying to maintain its relevance in your life. And it begins to be very, very negative. It says all kinds of crazy stuff, worrying about doubt and worry and trepidation and all of those things. So when the subconscious receives these new instructions, it begins to acquiesce to the new instead of the old. All right, here we go. Peace becomes possible when the subconscious realizes that the future you want is not dangerous. Because remember, what do I teach you about the old version of you? The old version of you is trying to maintain relevance. But the subconscious mind, its job is to protect you from that which it perceives as dangerous. So the old version of you that would tend to lead towards the version of you that's old and comfortable. It's old and it's comfortable, even though it may be uncomfortable to you. It's comfortable as far as the safety measure is for your subconscious mind because it's familiar, because the subconscious mind loves the familiar. Simply put, peace becomes possible when the subconscious mind realizes that the future you want is not dangerous. It's not dangerous. And it holds it as the possibility. All right. So leadership in the language of the subconscious trusts because leadership signals stability. when you begin to be strong about your convictions, what this new version of you, when you begin to hold those things true, when you begin to hold them as great possibilities in your life, you don't stress the same way. You don't worry the same way. And when you don't stress, you don't worry, what are you doing? You're changing the environment. When you change the environment, you change the thing. Wayne Dyer would always say, when you change the way you look at a thing, when you change the way you look at things, the things you look at change. That's not just a euphemism, it is actual science behind it. We're talking from the quantum perspective, it's called the observer effect. It's the observer effect. When you look at the thing, it becomes a thing. When you look away, it's a probability wave amplitude. When you look at it, it takes form. That's the universal law of vibration. It's frequency first or form first. I mean, frequency first, vibration first, form second. There you go. Listen, no, you're welcome. You're welcome, Mills. You're welcome, Mills. You're in the right building. And again, if this is your vibe, this might be your tribe. If this is your vibe, this might be your tribe. All right. If y'all are ready for part 8, put 8 in the chat. Let's go, let's go. If you're ready for part 8, put 8 in the chat. Thank you. If you know, you know. If you're ready for part 8, put 8 in the chat. Here's what y'all have been waiting for. Thank you, Trinity. Thank you, Nikki. Thank you, Janet. Thank you, Mills. Thank you, Scarlett. Thank you, Fabulous. So glad to have y'all in here with us today. All right, here we go. Thank you, Miss Shamika. Thank you, Janae. Thank you, Texas. Oh, Texas Tenderoni is in the building. Thank you so very much. Let's go. Healing the inner divides with compassion. Healing the inner divides with compassion. Compassion is a powerful tool. And if you notice, I always talk about using these emotional states or these mental states as tools and not just moods or something, nebulous out there in space, just floating around, like compassion. Compassion, you might say, is an emotion. You're being compassionate about someone. Compassion disarms inner conflict faster than logic ever could. So sitting there and trying to deduce what it is that you're holding on to, or this inner conflict, and you're trying to hear each voice, and you're trying to rationalize each voice, the old you versus the new you, and how you're moving into new territories, but you're arguing with the old self because it's trying to rationalize why it's being eliminated, because it is the old you, but it wants to maintain relevance in your life. But compassion, the moment you show compassion to the old you, when the old you begins to show up, and the old you will show up, the old you, show it compassion. That's it, Nikki. Show it compassion. Because the moment you show that which you're struggling with compassion, it neutralizes it. Compassion. Not pushing it away, not resisting it. Because that which you resist about you persists within you. That which you resist about you persists within you. So compassion disarms inner conflict faster than logic ever could. The wounded parts within you soften when they realize they will no longer be abandoned or ignored. The wounded parts of you soften when they know that they're not going to be abandoned. We're just moving on. We're just moving on. We're just moving on. The subconscious mind begins to release fear the moment it feels genuinely understood. So you sit there and you say, listen, I know we're moving into a space where we're beginning to attract more wealth and abundance. And it's different. It's awkward. It feels different to look in your bank account and to see hundreds of thousands of dollars falling in there. Because many of you, if you're not making $100,000 a month, if you're not experiencing that right now, and you start to experience $100,000 a month, don't sit there and tell me that you wouldn't get nervous. Don't sit there and tell me that your stomach wouldn't turn just a little bit. Now, initially, you might be like, shoot, I don't know what you're talking about. Shoot, I'm gonna be happy. I'll be doing this. I'll be doing that. Yeah, 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 yeah. Initially. But the moment the reality sets in that you are fastly becoming a multimillionaire, the reality of it, the gravity of it, you begin to say, whoa, whoa. Right. Pins and needles. You start saying, thank you, Sabali. Thank you, Fabulous. You start, we're like, well, can I maintain it? Can I protect it? Can I? So the internal dialogue begins to turn on that. You're right, Scorpio. So you start to feel this anxious. That's a good word. That's a good word, Leander. You start to feel that anxiousness, a little bit of anxiety showing up. But the moment you begin to feel that, instead of rationalizing it, instead of arguing with it, instead of resisting the shift, instead of all of that, simply put, show compassion. Show compassion. Show compassion. Say, you know what? You know we ain't never made $100,000 a month. This is our first time. And it's okay to feel that way. And then your body will begin to relax into it. Yeah, you have to rationalize and show compassion. And so this is the thing. You don't even want to rationalize it. Because your logic, if you're trying to change the subconscious mind with logic, it won't work. The subconscious mind doesn't respond. Thank you. Listen, thank you, Delisa. The subconscious mind doesn't work off logic. That's the conscious mind's job. The subconscious mind works off of emotion, feeling, energy, emotional imprinting. That's what it operates off. So you have to show compassion. And as you show compassion to those parts of you that feel a little wounded, that are a little anxious, that are a little, trepidatious about the thing, as you show compassion, it neutralizes the fear without rationalizing it. Hopefully that makes sense. Let's keep going. The wounded parts within you soften and when they realize they will no longer be abandoned or ignored. Peace becomes sustainable when compassion becomes your default instead of your emergency response. Literally, instead of that emotional response. Instead of that emotional response, instead of feeling anxious, instead of being frustrated, instead of being angry, instead of being doubtful, and getting into those vibrational spaces that are lower in nature, just show compassion. Show compassion. When was the last time you showed yourself compassion? Thank you. Thank you. If you know, you know. You know I teach better when I get those. When was the last time you showed yourself true compassion? When? When was the last time you truly loved on yourself, irrespective of what you were wrestling with? When did you allow your spirit to become softened? When was the last time you allowed yourself to show up for you compassionately, not judgmentally, not with a whole bunch of logic and rationalization, but just with a little compassion? Say, listen, bruh, I know you struggling. I know you struggling right now, but it's okay. Be a little kind to yourself. Love on yourself just a little bit more. And as you love on yourself just a little bit more, it's been a long time. It's been so long that I can't remember. Because we tend, see, Miss Shamika, we tend to be hard on ourselves. We tend to be really, really hard on ourselves. It's just what we do. We tend to struggle and fight and resist. So peace literally becomes sustainable when compassion becomes your default. I'm going to say that again. Peace becomes sustainable. Peace becomes sustainable when compassion becomes your default. It needs the moment you start to feel these things, immediately you show yourself compassion. The last time was around 10 or 11 years ago, and only just recently started changing that. Wow. You have to, listen, I understand, Fabulous. It's just like when we do the inner work on the inner child. It's like when we start to, like the most touching moments for me is when I commune with my inner child. Coming out of a 3-year DV relationship that almost took me out. Wow. Wow. Be kind to yourself. In the moments where you feel weakest, the moments you feel angry, the moments you feel betrayed, the moments you feel when that internal dialogue is battling, when the old you is, or the new you is wrestling, tell the old you, say it's okay. Say, old you got us here. Old you, you got us to this point. Old you helped us survive. We're not abandoning you. We're just growing. We're just growing. We're just growing. And it's because of you and the choices that you made and the pain that you went through. You put us in a space where we can grow, where we can become better, where we can do better, where we can be better. Show yourself so much compassion. Don't be hard on yourself this holiday season, because this is a tough season for a lot of people. This is a tough season for a lot of people. This is a tough season for a lot of people. It's not jolly and happy. It's one where they begin to feel alone. They feel cut off from family. They feel cut off. They feel alone. They feel by themselves. In those moments, if that's you, show yourself some compassion. Things change. Yeah, I understand, Shamika. So love on yourself just a bit more. Give yourself peace when compassion becomes the default. I understand, Wushu. When compassion becomes the default. When compassion becomes the default. Yeah, a lot of depression does come through the holidays. Just love on yourself. You're welcome, Shamika, and welcome into the family. Felt totally isolated and sometimes still do. It's a slow process, bit by bit, moment by moment, day by day. With every breath you take, you become more and more aligned with the version of yourself that is happy, healthy, healed, and whole. I understand, Tamara. So be compassionate with yourself. And see, when somebody like Sabali says, be grateful every day for anything, it weighs really, really heavy, because we know intimately what Sabali has been going through. Sabali has faced one of the toughest challenges that any human being could face. And she's championing it. And so when she says to us, when she says, be grateful every day for anything, that's powerful. It's a powerful statement for all of us. Fine Wine says, I show everyone else compassion. Had to start showing myself. Absolutely, Fine Wine. If you know, you know says, the woman I was protected and introduced me to a woman I am. There you go. I am beyond grateful for her. Yeah, show that version. Show the old version of you love and some respect in that. Thank y'all. I love y'all so much. Y'all are just the kindest people. Man, when I tell you, y'all are just as kind as can be. Thank you for showing up for one another the way y'all do. Thank you for continuing to show up. It's absolutely beautiful. I've been giving myself what I've been giving everyone else. Thank you, Delisa. Thank you. So y'all are moving in the right space. Y'all are moving in the right space. If y'all are ready for part 9, put 9 in the chat. Let's go. If y'all are ready for part 9, put 9 in the chat. Thank you, thank you, thank you. That's right, Janae. Peace be still. This is good. This is good. Janae is sending love over from the YouTube family side. I love it. And I appreciate listening. Y'all that's hanging out with us in YouTube. I truly appreciate you. I do. All right, here we go. The quantum identity shift. You know, you always hear me talk about quantum leaping, quantum leaping, quantum leaping, quantum leaping. Quantum leaping is very, very real. Your identity shifts the moment you stop identifying with the conflict. Your identity is going to shift the moment you stop identifying with the conflict and start identifying with the leader within you. You have emotional intelligence. You have the ability to manifest all kinds of amazing things. You can shift to the best version of yourself because every version of you already exists in the quantum field. I tell you that. The healthy you, the sick you. The broke you, the rich you. The happy you, the sad you. Every iteration of you exists simultaneously, concurrently in the quantum field. Hey, Majestic, look, did I just see Majestic come up in this thing? We miss you, Majestic. Where you been? Welcome in. So glad to see you, superstar. So glad to see you up in here. Y'all love on Majestic a little bit. Glad to have her up in here. Every version of you already exists in the quantum field, waiting for your alignment, not your perfection. Thank you, Katra. Thank you for grabbing that daily heartbeat. And if you guys haven't grabbed that daily heartbeat, go ahead and do so. All right, let's keep going. Let's keep going. Every version of you already exists in the quantum field, waiting for your alignment, because what do we say? Where your focus goes, energy flows. Where energy flows, manifestation soon follows. I'm going to say it again. Where your focus goes, energy flows. Where energy flows, manifestation soon follows. We live in an energetic universe, and the universe's language is frequency. And that frequency, what? That frequency comes from, in part, from us. The thoughts we have, the words we speak, the actions we take, and the emotions that we experience. They create that resonance. They create that beautiful resonance. That resonance is projected out into the quantum field. And it's projected out into the quantum field. It's reflected back to us as reality. So literally, you begin to collapse timelines when you practice the emotions of your future self. So one of the things that not Bruce Lipton, I'm gonna look at his book real quick. Dr. Joe Dispenza. What he says is when you pair a clear intention with an elevated emotion, magic begins to happen. That's my part. I added that on there. You literally begin to collapse timelines. When you place yourself, I like to say this, when you place your emotions or place your heart in the emotional state of your beautiful tomorrow, when you place your heart, if you're going to take a note, if you place your heart in the state of your beautiful tomorrow, you literally call that tomorrow out of the quantum field into the present moment. When you place your heart in the emotional state of your beautiful tomorrow, you call out of the quantum field everything that you've asked for, everything that you're a vibrational match for, into the present moment experience. Where your focus goes, energy flows. Where energy flows, manifestation soon follows. Every version of you exists already in the quantum field. It's just waiting on your alignment. And right now in this moment, you are aligned with the best version of you. Right now in this moment, you are aligned. See yourself, because remember, the universe does not give us what we ask for. It gives to us based upon how we see ourselves. Self-leadership is a quantum signal. When you begin to take that position and you show up in that position, it literally acts on the quantum field, and the quantum field then reflects it back to you, because that signal, the self-leadership, is a quantum signal announcing that you are ready to meet the life that you have been waiting for. You are in alignment, you're in alignment, you're in alignment, you're in alignment, you're in alignment. You're absolutely in alignment. Thank you, Majestic, for the roses. You are in alignment. If y'all are ready for part 10, put 10 in the chat. We are cranking it away. We almost out of here today, y'all. I don't think we gonna listen. I don't think we gonna hit our 100K. we still at 37K. we just not tapping and clapping today. But I appreciate y'all that are. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Here we go. Ooh, my iPad done turned off. That's y'all fault. Here we go. I see Tamara. I see. It's all good. It's Christmas time. Here we go. Creating inner coherence. Creating inner coherence. You heard me talk. We were talking about coherence earlier. Heart-brain coherence. That heart-brain coherence is absolutely necessary. Here it is. Inner coherence forms when your thoughts, emotions, and behaviors flow in the same direction. What does that say? I'm not tapping today. My kids are home and I'm just listening. I got you, Delisa. I got you. Thank you. Thank you. Notes being taken. Now, listen, I'm with it. I'm with it. Thank y'all. All right, here we go. Come on. Inner coherence forms when your thoughts, emotions, and behaviors flow in the same direction. What do I say? Coherence, when your thoughts, your words, your actions, and your emotions, when they're on the same page, when the thoughts you have, the words you speak, the actions you take, and the emotions that you experience, when they're on the same page, it creates a beautiful resonance, a clear, defined melody that is projected out into the quantum field. Just imagine yourself as playing music. Oh no, you good. You good, Janae. Just imagine that this frequency that I keep talking about, this vibrational frequency, is in the form of music. What music are you playing right now in this moment? Is it a beautiful melody that is well balanced, well blended, where you have balanced intonation? Or does it sound like chaos? What is the internal melody that you are projecting out? And as it is reflected out, you already know what reverberation is. You know what an echo is. So as you send that energy out, as that music from your resonance speaks, the thoughts you have, the words you speak, the actions you take, and the emotions that you experience, they create a frequency, a resonance, they create a song. That song is projected out into the quantum field. That song is then reflected back as an echo to us as reality. Inner coherence. When your thoughts, emotions, and behaviors flow in the same direction. Coherence increases intuition. Thank you, Fabulous. You know I love my fire. You know I love my fire. You know I love when I see the fire going across there. Coherence increases intuition, clarity, creativity, and emotional stability. These are the fruits of it. These are the fruits of being coherent. It increases your intuition, so that gut feeling. See, keeping it quiet, staying in peace. There's always prosperity when there's peace. So intuition, clarity, creativity, emotional stability, all of them begin to show up in your experience because they are the fruits of you being in a state of peace. This coherence becomes a magnetic field. It literally becomes a magnet for all types of opportunities because the universe responds most powerfully to unified energy because it is the unified field. So when your energy is incoherent, it's coherent. Literally, the universe says, oh, wow, that plays beautifully with the music that we're playing here. It's not a chaotic experience. It's not a chaotic expression. It's a beautiful melodic expression. So the universe responds most powerfully to unified energy. What would your life look like right now if you woke up every day already in emotional coherence? If you woke up blissful, if you woke up in peace, what would it feel like? So when coherence becomes your baseline, manifestation becomes a natural consequence, not a struggle. Manifestation, manifestation, manifestation. It becomes a natural state of being. A natural state of being. I'm going to say that again. If you're taking notes, this is a great time to take notes. When coherence becomes your baseline, manifestation becomes a natural consequence. Natural, not struggle. No longer operating from a scarcity place. I've already explained to you why. Because when you feel safe, you can trust. When you trust, you can allow. When you allow, that means you're open. When you're open, you can receive. Conversely, when you don't feel safe, you can't trust. And when you can't trust, you don't allow. You don't allow. When you don't allow, you're not open. When you're not open, you're closed. You're closed. You're cut off from receiving. So that's why it's absolutely vital for you to feel safe. Because in your safety, in your feeling safe, you draw that abundance into your life naturally, easily, effortlessly. If you're ready for part 11, put 11 in the chat. We're wrapping up. We're wrapping up. We're getting close. If you're ready for part 11, put 11 in the chat. Let's go. Let's go. And I know that's Janae's favorite number. That's one of my favorite numbers too. Thank you, Majestic. Thank you, Sabali. Thank you, If You Know, You Know. Thank you, Mills. Thank you, Nikki. Thank y'all so much. I truly appreciate you. Thank you, Shamika. Thank you, Fine Wine. Thank you, Janet O. Thank you, Amy. I'm so glad you still up in here, Amy. And we're almost out of here. We're almost out of here. All right, here we go. How to lead yourself daily. How to lead yourself daily. Thank you, 805. Thank you so much. I appreciate those roses off in here. Thank you. Daily self-leadership begins with honest conversation between who you've been and who you are. Making sure that you incorporate compassion in that conversation. All right? Leadership is very, very simple. Leading yourself means choosing responses that honor your future instead of reactions to your past. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. If you know, you know, for the roses. I truly appreciate you. Self-leadership grows when you give yourself permission to evolve without needing permission from anyone else. Now, this is powerful. We haven't talked a whole lot about external factors today. We haven't talked a lot about external factors today because we were talking about the internal battle. Self-leadership grows when you give yourself permission to evolve without needing permission from anyone else, from outside sources. Saying no sooner, asking for what you want, giving yourself time, choosing rest without guilt. Many of y'all just need rest. Many of you just need rest. Many of you just need rest. Leadership becomes effortless when you release the need to impress others and focus on impressing your own soul. Giving yourself what you need. And right now, what we need is some compassion, because compassion is going to be a tool that we use to negate, nullify, to soften that which we have been resisting about us. The moment you choose to stop fighting yourself, the universe rushes in to support this evolution. This is that inner work. This is that shadow work. This is healing the inner child. The moment you send the signal, the moment you say, I am healing myself, it creates a vibrational frequency, a signal that is projected out into the quantum field. It's signaling, saying, I'm ready. I'm ready for shift and change. I'm ready for the abundance to flow into my life. The moment you start to treat yourself that way, the way you show up for yourself beautifully, lovingly, kindly, compassionately, is a clarion call to the universe to say, I'm ready. I'm ready, AD, for shift and growth and change. I'm ready to become the best version of myself. I'm ready to walk in everything that I've seen for me. Yes, Dickie, keep working on that right now. Keep working on healing yourself. I'm ready. I'm ready for the shift. I'm ready for the change. I'm ready to take my life to the next level. The war within dissolves when you remember that every part of you, every wounded fragment, every fearful whisper, every part of you is merely a reflection of what you've been through. That is the version of you that got you here. This is why the Bible says we have whatsoever we say. Oh, yes, speak to the mountain and tell it to be removed, and it shall. There's power in your tongue. There's power in your tongue. There's power. You have the ability to do so much. You're powerful beyond measure. You were created that way. You're powerful beyond measure. You were created that way. And remember, the universe always says yes, because it does not give us what we ask for, but it does give to us based upon how we see ourselves. And hopefully today, you see yourself as stepping into a space where you are healed and you no longer punish yourself for being the better version or the new version of you. You no longer apologize for being amazing. You no longer dim your light. That's a part of this process. You don't dim your light when you're walking in all of this power and all of this abundance. You don't hide your gifts. You don't hide your talents. You don't hide your abilities. Happy. You better say it. Say it, Janet O. Happy, healthy, healed, whole. That's it. That's it. Continue to walk in it. That's where the power is, y'all. That is where the power is. This has been an absolutely amazing. This is how we kick our week off. Isn't this cool how we kick our week off, y'all? This is how we kick our week off. Man, I appreciate y'all being in here. And so listen, y'all don't go anywhere here on TikTok. Don't go anywhere, because we got our after party to do. We got our after party. And over here on YouTube, we love y'all so much. We truly appreciate you. We about to have our after party over here in TikTok, because y'all won't let us play our music over here on YouTube like we like to do over here on TikTok. So we're going to come over here and we're going to cut up a little bit. You're more than welcome to join us. But I'm so glad and thankful that you've hung out with us for a little while today. And so make sure that you'll be back here tomorrow. We'll be back here tomorrow from 12 to what we do from 12 to 2. Make sure you're here. And so I truly appreciate each and every one of you. We'll see you guys tomorrow.